Don Sweeney has already began this offseason's moves, beginning with the first hiring head coach of the Providence Bruins, former head coach Leach, to become an assistant coach for the Boston Bruins, as well as Patrick Laine requesting a trade from the Columbus Blue Jackets. And could he get involved in a potential deal for him to acquire Patrick Laine for the Boston Bruins? I want to be talking about all of this news here that we have regarding Patrick Laine, regarding Leach returning to this organization here in this video. Before we do, though, we know that 81% of you guys watching right now are not subscribed to the channel. If you're looking for a spot to get all of your Boston Bruins news, you're in the right spot. Hit the sub button, join me here on this channel as we cover everything that this team has to offer, and we'll be covering a very busy offseason, which has already started right now. And you won't want to miss what we have to bring here. So, like I said, let's get straight into our first topic here, which is, should the Bruins trade for Patrick Laine? This is a very recent bit of news, as this came out today, that Patrick Laine and the Columbus Blue Jackets, both sides are looking for a trade to accommodate each other. You know, Patrick Laine wants a new spot to go play after getting traded from the Winnipeg Jets to the Columbus Blue Jackets, and now once again kind of in the same scenario of what we'd seen before. And this right here comes out from Bleacher Report Open Eyes. Patrick Laine wants a fresh start, and both sides are working on a trade, according to Pierre LeBrun. So a very reliable source there, Pierre LeBrun. What he says goes. That's pretty much the narrative that we have right now here, from Pierre LeBrun. You know, from those guys. And this is a very big one. You know, Patrick Laine was known, I would say, as a goal scorer, a very good sniper, but as of late, really hasn't been able to find any bit of consistency. This season was an unfortunate one due to a lot of injury. He could not play the entire season. Played 18 games here this year with only 6 goals and 3 assists, and also went into the NHL Player Assistance Program. And from there, that's really all we have from him this season. But from his past, we know he has the potential to be a very, very, very good player. So, 6'5", only 26 years old, just turning 26. Patrick Laine still has a lot of potential left in the NHL. Really hasn't been given, I would say, a consistent opportunity with a solid line mates really at all in his career. You know, he's had some pretty good ones, but he hasn't had line mates that he could fully rely on to be able to give him a hand and be out of the focus of, you know, that star player that you expect to do everything, but you can't do it all yourself. And Patrick Laine still under a very, very big contract from the Columbus Blue Jackets. For 2 years left, he's at $8.7 million, which is right now doable by the Boston Bruins if they do decide in some way or anything like this to actually go ahead and try a Patrick Laine trade. I don't really see anything sparking up immediately. I do see some things in some mind. Like, I have a sneaky suspicion in my mind that we could see Don Sweeney just trying to, you know, talk your way into it a bit, just to kind of see what the return is going to be. Since it's a Patrick Laine wanting to leave, that kind of, you know, takes a lot of, I guess we could say, availability, a lot of upper hand potential from the Columbus Blue Jackets, I guess we could say, since Patrick Laine don't want to play there. So this could be a pretty sneaky trade if this does happen. It could benefit whatever team he goes to. And this roster that we have right now, this is a team that could use a guy like Patrick Laine, another bona fide goal scorer, to add to this team. And apart from playmaking and whatnot, we can see here, we have some guys that we know might not be returning. We really don't know about Patrick Maroon right now. James Van Riemsdyk, likely not returning. I would say it's about a 95% chance. Jake DeBrusk, still a 50-50. We don't know too much about him. And putting Patrick Laine on a first line or a second line here, getting him back into a very good lineup, getting him back into the Patrick Laine we knew coming out of the draft, I could see some big things on him on this lineup. So let me know what you think about a potential Laine acquisition by the Boston Bruins. As I said, right now, I don't think that this is anywhere close. I don't think anything is going to happen just yet. But the fact that we're starting to talk about this now before the draft, I think is a really, really big occasion, as I said, for the Boston Bruins, with that potential and that little bit of uncertainty of what Patrick Laine could be, as well as having the upper hand, whoever it may be, on the Blue Jackets, since he does want to leave. But another very interesting one that you're going to want to make sure to stick around and follow with to see if we have any future big updates, I guess we could say, from this. But let's move on to our second topic here now. And the Bruins have made a sneaky good coaching change. And now this is not for Jim Montgomery. They've added Leach back into this organization now as an assistant coach, former head coach of the Providence Bruins, and someone who has really had success in this organization in those 5 years, I believe it was, with the Providence Bruins as head coach. Only one season, I believe, that was not top 10 in the league, and that was his final one. Then went on to become assistant coach of the Seattle Kraken. This is a very big opportunity here that we have with Jay Leach. What could happen with him and next and everything like that. So this is what came out from just about everybody, but I believe this article here is from The Athletic. Boston Bruins general manager Don Sweeney announced today, June 12th, that Jay Leach has been named assistant coach for the Boston Bruins. In addition, Joe Sacco has been named associate coach, and John McClain will join the Bruins player development staff as a skating and skills coach. So some pretty subtle moves, but ones that, as I said, were very, very sneaky. Could have a big impact and will have a big impact on what this team will play like, will feel like, will look like on the ice next season. And as I said, Jay Leach, having these few years in this organization, really showed a lot of development from the people and the players who have started their careers in the Bruins organization with Providence, and really have made some very talented players into some quality NHL players. So I really hope that his skill set, from what we've seen in Providence, from what we had seen in Seattle, I really hope this all adds up into something that we do want to see, and something that will have a very big positive impact on this team. And this also comes out from the same article. John is shifting back to a skating and skills development position where he will remain integrated on our current staff. This is John McClain, by the way. All right, yeah, John McClain, who was assistant coach beforehand. He's current staff. He's as well broadened his scope to work with our entire player development staff. John was instrumental working with our medical staff on players returning from injury, and his experience as an assistant coach this season will provide great insight on the young players throughout our organization to understand the individual work that is required to develop as a Bruin. And this right here, to me, this whole move, this whole reasoning, I guess we could say, behind this reacquisition of Jay Leach really just tells me that they're trying to progress some of their young talent that this team has in Fabian Lysell, Georgi Merkulov, a lot of these guys that really didn't have him as a coach these past 3 or 4 seasons. He'll be a perfect way. He'll be a perfect coach, person, mentor to be able to guide these players into the right position into a future NHL role. Hopefully, what we could be next season. And that really showed to me that this team is committed to getting these guys in this lineup here at some point, whether it be next season, whether it be in the middle of the season, whether they aim to get it by the end of this season, hopefully towards the playoffs. This team seems ready, and the acquisitions they're making, even the coaching staff, really are showing that Don Sweeney's committing to helping this team now. This team is getting into a better space, and it's going to just continue until we see the puck drop next season. So I'm very excited to see what's going to happen over these next coming days, weeks, months, into the draft, into free agency. Don Sweeney's got a lot on his plate, especially now with Patrick Laine being an option. And I'll be covering it all here. You're not going to want to miss it. Make sure to hit the sub button. Join me here, like I said, the intro. And I'll keep you up to date with everything that this team has to offer. But I'm signing out. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you later.